At least 9 people have been killed, more than 3,000 others injured after pagers used by the militant group Hezbollah exploded in a wave of blasts across Lebanon. The country's health ministry says a child is among those killed and that nearly 200 people are in a critical condition. In a statement, Hezbollah has blamed Israel for the pager blasts, promising that the country will get its fair punishment. For more, let's bring in security specialist Will Geddes in London. Good morning to you. Tell us the big question: how on earth could this have happened?
Well, this was a very well planned, very well coordinated operation, which looked at the pagers which these particular members of Hezbollah were all carrying, which are the Gold Apollo AR-924. Now, these are particularly unusual in so much as they come from Taiwan, but they have a lithium battery, which obviously makes it a far more volatile pager than, say, a standard pager, which many people would have traditionally used, which would take a standard AA battery. Now, what it would appear to me, and again, I'm speculating until details are confirmed, and I'm not sure we'll ever get those fully confirmed, but it would appear that this was a coordinated cyber attack, which then transmitted across all these pages at pretty much the same time, simultaneously. Now, when we consider where a pager is usually held, it's either going to be in a chest pocket or it's going to be on one's hip. So in both instances, this would be, even with a very small explosion, would cause obviously a serious damage either to the chest or to the heart, or even potentially to the femoral artery in the leg.
OK, so Will, for those of us who aren't that techie, does it look like they've put something in the pages from the company, or they've sent some signal out? And in that case, could that be done to anyone's device?
Well, yeah, OK, to answer that in two parts. The first part is one could, in theory, potentially secrete, obviously, a small explosive charge within the pager, but that would be very, very difficult to ensure that that was across universally all these pages at the same time. So I think it's the lithium battery that's been exploited, and any of the viewers will know that you're cautioned against carrying any lithium batteries when you, for example, travel on an aeroplane. But secondly, in terms of this being a wider risk, possibly to, say, cell phones, I wouldn't worry so much, because these are closed devices. These are case devices, very difficult to get into, whereas with a pager, it's much easier. And inevitably, this has been a project or an operation that has been planned over a considerable amount of time, to harness and harvest which pages obviously are associated to Hezbollah leaders, but secondly, to ensure that when that message is transmitted, that would detonate obviously the lithium batteries, or override those lithium batteries obviously to causing harm.
Yeah, it does open up.
It's a very effective psyop, basically.
Yeah.
Because they'd moved from cell phones. The Hezbollah leadership had said, we don't want you to use cell phones because you could be far more easily tracked. And certainly Israel has the capability and the technology to be able to track cell phones. Pagers, they thought, was a safer, more viable option. It would appear not to be the case.
Yeah, it does open up those broader tech questions on how else this could be done, though, which we might get some answers on. Will, thank you very much for your insight this morning. Here's Shervo.